And we are live. This is the first episode of Are We in Jail, the vlog. In this episode, I'm basically just going to explain what Are We in Jail is. Are We in Jail is a movement started by myself. I'm Christopher J. Standish Jr., and I was the U.S. citizen that was wrongfully detained, accused, and convicted of charges and things that I did not have any partake in. Now, this was international. My story was a lot different from a lot of other people's. You see a lot of these jail stories and a lot of these crazy things. Well, unfortunately, in my situation, my passport was held over my head. Being a U.S. citizen in Canada at that point, after being arrested, I was an illegal immigrant. So there was a lot going on with my case. It wasn't as easy as, hey, bond out and go home. No, they took my passport. So me being legally blind, it was a crazy story. Just know I spent my time on general population. And yes, I was in the medical infirmary. So I was in GPMI. I was in the largest, most dangerous prison in Canada, which is Edmonton Remand Center, ERC. Look it up for you guys yourselves. It is a place like no other. Goosebumps. Yeah, a place like no other, man. I spent 56 days, and then I spent 1 day in the holding cell across the street of ERC. But I spent 56 days in ERC, and long story short, I come to find out after my girlfriend's dad had actually called the police on me, and the moment they came and they arrested me, they took me to remand. I spent 56 days in remand before I come to find out that when I walk into court, the judge brings up a murder for hire. Yes, a murder for hire. You heard me right, a murder for hire. Now, I had nothing to do with, obviously, a murder for hire at all. I didn't know this was going to be brought up in court. I didn't even know that this was alleged against my name until I find out in court. Now, 56 days in, the judge said, tell me about this murder for hire. And I'm lost, right? Well, 6 months before this alleged murder for hire, the police actually raided my home. Now, when the police raided my home in the United States, I had no idea, and I mean no idea, that they were here for a murder for hire. Now, when they raided my house, or they swatted my house, basically, they said that this is a DNC. It's a verbal warning. We're not serving you nothing. This is a verbal warning, and it is a DNC, a do not contact, a cease and desist. They wouldn't tell me anything more. That's all they told me. This is a cease and desist. Do not contact said so person. Okay, cool. I won't contact them. So they leave. Well, within that next 6 months, right, I end up getting back with this person into a long distance relationship. I finally go to Canada, and that's when it all made sense. 6 months before I ever touched Canadian soil, the ex-girlfriend that I love to absolute death, she called in a murder for hire under my government name in Alberta, Canada, Edmonton to be specific. And I had so many thoughts in my head. I didn't think I would get out. When you're in a foreign country, you're legally blind, you've had all your rights taken from you, you've been stripped of everything, and I mean absolutely everything. I got a lot of prison stories on the way, but this is just how this movement started. So yeah, when you get everything stripped from you, and you have to be put in an environment that only animals could survive in, it's very, very serious. I have done so much behind the Are We in Jail movement to claim not only my innocence, but help people who have been wrongfully accused, just like myself. Now, the things that were alleged against my legal name in court in Canada, no proof. No proof. If you go pull my records, you will see there is no proof. They couldn't charge me with no murder for hire. There was no payment. There was no body. There was none of these things. So there was no evidence on anything. This was all he say, she say. It was basically a pen to try to get my life thrown away forever. But while I sat in prison, this girl, said so girl who put me in prison, her and her father, they had completely mimicked my business. And still today, they are trying to do what I do with business. I work a lot with Gordon Ramsay, Fox Networks. I do all their PR, their interviews, etc. I got Run DMC. DMC is the face of Standish913.com. I've done a lot of stuff over the last 20 years. I've opened up for Mac Miller. I've been on several shows with Mac Miller. I've done things with all the greats, from Reba McEntire to Run DMC, Mac Miller, 3-6 Mafia, Kevin Gates. Done a couple shows with 2 Chainz. Just all kinds of stuff. A lot of big brands too. Red Bull. I've got sponsorships next to Pepsi. For example, AlbuquerqueComicCon.com. That's the biggest independent Comic-Con in the United States. And yes, you will find Standish 913 on there. I have a very, very good reputation. I have built myself very credibly over the years. So to be in such a weird position with what has happened and the are we in jail? And I just want everybody to know this is not a negative thing. I am not promoting jail in any negative sort of way, and I'm not promoting jail in a, oh, this is cool. No, we do not want to go to jail. And at the end of the day, everybody gets put in situations to where sometimes you can't control it. The outcome is the outcome, and, wrong time, wrong place, whatever the case may be. But we all get put in situations some point in our life to where the outcome is just unpredictable, right? And you sit here and you wonder for yourself, like, man, how did I get myself in this? This is crazy. This was one of these situations. So when I got locked up in Edmonton Remand Center, it was everything was just, the spirits were down. Everything was so negative. It was just so nasty in there. And one day the nurse came up to me and she said, Standish, would you like to check your vitals? And I looked at the nurse and I said, are we in jail? And everybody in the room started cracking up. Everybody started laughing. My cellmate picked it up. Are we in jail? And from that point on, the whole unit was saying it by the time I left that unit. GPMI, Edmonton Remand Center. Are we in jail? Yes, I did that. I'm sorry. I hope the boys are still saying it today. If not, I'm going to have to make a couple phone calls. But yeah, are we in jail started actually in jail in a foreign country. I got out. A lot of my friends were saying it. A lot of my family were saying it. So long story short, here we are. We got an ebook. Are we in jail? The ebook based on a true story. We've got the blacks. We've even got the prison orange. Could you imagine wearing an Are We in Jail ebook t-shirt that's jumpsuit orange? Come on. So yeah, we've even got a front and back one right here as well. This one is front and back. It's like more of a free Standish t-shirt right there. It's got my visitation call on it. I was looking really, really grungy in that one. You can find those on the @AreWeInJail on Instagram. Man, they don't give you a razor in ERC. So I couldn't shave. They don't give you fingernail clippers. I know it probably sounds like it should be against the law. They don't give you fingernail clippers. They do not give you a razor. I could pay a barber $20 for a haircut, and then $5 to just do my beard really quick. They don't line you up. They don't make it look good. They're in and out. They don't really talk to us inmates. Now, I was in a maximum security. I was in Edmonton Remand Center. I was considered an international threat. And basically my case was involved with a high stakes entanglement. That's literally the best way I could put it. It was a high stakes international entanglement. And I was the victim of a lot of things. It has been unreal, the support I have gotten. I've gotten some Hell's Kitchen chefs to donate to the brand new documentary that we're working on. So not only do we have the ebook, but we have a single called Are We in Jail the Single? Are We in Jail the ebook? Are We in Jail the movement? Are We in Jail the merchandise? Are We in Jail the vlog? Right here. Are We in Jail the vlog? Episode 1. Let's get it. And then I've got a teaser trailer, a 10-minute trailer coming out very, very soon. It's Are We in Jail, the documentary, the trailer. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. Follow @Are We in Jail on Instagram, at Standish 913 everywhere, from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. You'll find me everywhere. My website is standish913.com. You can also stay tuned for details there. I post a lot of stuff there. We are now taking donations for the Are We in Jail documentary. Yes, we need donations. We've gotten some celebrity chefs from Hell's Kitchen. We've gotten a couple master chefs. We've gotten a deep, below deck. I almost say deep below. Below deck Mediterranean chefs that are willing to back this. We have some great people. So if you could please donate to my documentary. Everything helps. Every last dollar. The bigger, the better. The more, the bigger, etc. You get the point. But everything goes right back into this movement, whether it's merchandise, ebooks, documentary, filming, all that good stuff. I cannot thank you guys enough. The support that I have received since I got out of jail and got back into my country. I've never been supported like this in my life, y'all. I've been getting booked for podcasts. I've been getting booked for interviews. I've been getting paid for things that I've never been paid for before. I've met some really amazing people. You know, when you're in a really bad spot, you think, when you're in prison in a foreign country, you kind of think, oh, there's probably a bunch of bad people in here. Well, my experience was a little bit different. I was in maximum security, 23-1, 23-hour lockdown, 1 hour out if you got out for that hour. And I met a lot of great people, not everybody behind bars has done the crime. Not everybody behind bars is a bad person. There are great people in bad circumstances. That is the best way I can put it. So, I'm here to claim not only my innocence, but everybody else who has been wrongfully accused or just put into a situation to where it should have went totally different, and then they got the back end and it just screwed them, I'm here to, basically voice for everyone. I consider myself a civil rights activist because I am actively every day fighting for not only my civil rights, but yours as well. So, man, this is Are We in Jail, the vlog. I hope y'all liked this. I have so many more to come. I have a bunch of jail stories, a bunch of crazy things that happened on my trip, etc., etc. So stay tuned. I appreciate y'all for watching this so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you got to ask yourself sometimes, are we in jail? All right, y'all.